Well, a very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286. Patricia and David, and it's not a very pleasant evening here, although we've had a day that's, well, it's been pretty much like this, mostly cloudy and a little bit on the cool side. It's down to 16 degrees at the moment, with a wind blowing from the east, 15 knots of easterly, 1026, 100% cloud cover, just not a very pleasant night. And our fire is back on. Spring is trying its hardest actually to get to us, but every now and again it reminds us that it's still September. And well, I think what I'll do first is I will pass the microphone to David to give us an update of what's happening in the Southwest Pacific. We're certainly the south part of the Southwest Pacific, but you guys up north, boy, there's an awful lot of black clouds and rain showing. So let's see what he says about what's happening in the Southwest Pacific. Here's David.
Well, hello, everybody, on this kind of a gloomy day here in New Zealand. So we'll take a look at what's going on. A lot of activity in the upper atmosphere. And if you look at satellite imagery, there's cloud virtually everywhere. We have a trough, fairly active, runs from the Solomons, a lot of thunderstorm activity just east of there. And it cuts to the southeast. It goes just to the north of Rotuma, which is north of Fiji, and continues on to, I would say Futuna. Wallis is getting quite a bit of cloud out of this as well. And the trough continues on to Niue. Then we have another trough that runs from almost Rotuma, and it cuts a real hard southeast course, and it cuts right through Vanuatu in Fiji. A lot of cloud and rain on the eastern parts of Fiji. That would get the Lau group and so forth. Just south of Tonga is the axis, but Tonga is getting a share of cloud. Then it continues on to the southeast, where it meets up with a quasi-stationary front that's northeast of Raoul. And Raoul, which is north of New Zealand, is getting cloud from a cold front that is just north of New Zealand. Then we've got a trough that runs from the Coral Sea east, and then it cuts almost south over Vanuatu. So Vanuatu has got quite a bit of activity. The axis of this trough is just to the east of all of the islands, but the cloud certainly affects virtually everybody in Vanuatu. And then we have yet again another trough that runs just to the southwest of New Caledonia, Coral Sea to, I would say, toward Norfolk Island. And then we have a cold front that goes over Norfolk Island, and it runs just to the southwest of the trough that I mentioned just a second ago. And then below that is another cold front, which is associated with a low that's in the upper Tasman. So, boy, oh boy, just a tremendous amount of activity there. So that's what I see for the Southwest Pacific. So back to the chief.
Well, I probably won't complain about the weather we've got here. It sounds a bit interesting. Well, let's just, before I throw it over to anybody that might want anything, we've got Intruder heading north. They're at 2634 at 17725, heading to Fiji with southeast 15 to 20. But we've got a lot of boats heading to New Zealand, not far away, coming in tomorrow. Lanakai, a motor vessel, then Crazy Daisy. Who's next? North Star. We've got Ultimate, a German boat, and then further north, about 80 miles, in fact, just not too far west of Intruder, there is Rum Coco from New Zealand and Ski from New Zealand. So there is a lot of activity, people wanting to come back, hopefully, to our warmer waters. But here's another boat that's heading north, Spotfire from the US. So Yep, there's a bit of activity going all sorts of different places. So it's time for people to move from Fiji, westward ho or south, and there's still boats heading across from French Polynesia. We're keeping our eye on what's the name of the name? Crazy Flavour. It's because it's such a fast boat, a 16-metre catamaran. So and it's coming into Gulf Harbour, so keeping an eye on them. But yes, there's just a lot of activity in the Pacific as people are finally getting underway. So this is Gulf Harbour Radio. I think Somerset's on frequency. I'll give them a call. Somerset, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, hi Paul. Thank you for confirming my system is working. I've been away walking today. There has been a public holiday in New Zealand, folks. It's the Memorial Day for the Queen. It wasn't a very brilliant day, but it was an okay for a holiday, better than going to school or work or whatever. But yes, it wasn't a very pleasant day here. How's it been with Somerset still up on the top eastern side of Espiritu Santo?
Yeah, roger that. We went one day higher to Harbour. We had to burn some diesel. Champagne Day, or Champagne, went in front of Champagne Beach. And sadly, no fish. We caught a great barracuda, which we let go because we don't really like that type of fish. But otherwise, we might change our departure date until Wednesday because the weather. Well, the wind that we had today is definitely not what we don't want that type of wind to get up there, and we really want a fast 24-hour passage cover.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be nice, but tell me about Champagne Beach, and the reason for asking is that everyone says it's absolutely beautiful, and we've never managed to stop there because my captain, once he gets underway, and we did quite enjoy Port Albury there, and we had to get down to Espiritu Santo to do the legal thing, so we never stopped. What's it like? Over?
The beach is very beautiful. We might do there tomorrow because we came a bit late, but the water here you can see down to 25 meters, so it's very clear water and definitely a very white beach.
Yeah, lovely white beach. I've seen photos and nice clear water. Oh, well, that sounds interesting. I'll just see if David's got any information. So you're going to delay a day and get on the beach and then hop up on, well, what day would it be? Wednesday. Here's David.
Well, yeah, the models are a little bit variable on what they're saying, Paul. I'm sure you're looking at them too, but from what I can see here, we're about 15 to 20 on Wednesday. Pretty much out of the, a little bit south of east, just a touch south of east. This is true direction. That's just at the northern tip of that part of Santo. Then up at the banks itself, about the same. Actually, maybe a little lighter, 10 to 15 up at the banks on Wednesday. And looking at let's see, Thursday here, the wind picks up. The wind picks up on Thursday. And we're looking at 15 to 20, maybe some gusts up to 25. And just south of east again on the direction. And yeah, that's pretty much it as far as wind goes. Over.
Yeah, roger that. By Thursday, I think the swell should also be from east. So if we don't have wind, proper wind on Wednesday, we'll just do it on Thursday. We don't really mind
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow, and hopefully it will come. Boy, it keeps, well, it's a bit like here. Every day they change their mind, the forecast, so we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, it would be nice for you guys to get up there and have a decent visit, not just a fleeting one. So we'll wait and see what you do. But enjoy the beach tomorrow. Over.
Yeah, roger that. We'll enjoy our time and might go fishing because we have no fish left.
Yeah. Hang on a minute, David's muttering something at the same time.
Oh, just a guess on Saturday, it looks like up in the banks, if you get up there, you'll see a wind shift to the northeast. And just to the west of, if you draw a north-south line through the banks, just to the west of that, the wind is southeast. But just east of that axis, it's northeast. So you can guess what happens. A little bit of collision and a lot of convective activity, I would guess. But you'll be there by then, I would assume. Over.
Yeah, roger that. So is that northeast going to be
Is the northeast going to be something?
I didn't catch the question. We heard northeast, but you sort of dropped out. Try again. Over.
Is the northeast wind going to affect us if we are in the Torres Islands because they are not
Will
getting
it affect
protected
them
days?
if they're in the Torres Islands? Will northeast? You'll have to
Oh, in the
sheltered.
I would imagine so. On Saturday. This is Saturday I'm talking about now. Over.
Yeah, roger that. We'll hopefully get there by 10 over.
Yeah, and you'll certainly find sheltered anchorages from the northeast, particularly if you're in somewhere like Paraparapara. So, all right. We'll just check back with you again tomorrow. And clear with Somerset. For those following Crazy Flavour left from Raiatea, they are at 1643 and 16134. Slowed down a lot. 6.4 knots on a course of 289. They've only got 40 knots of east-northeast. So still a week away from Sabu. Is there anybody else wanting to check in with Gulf Harbour or ask anything or tell us anything? Please call now. No, all peaceful and quiet. We'll leave you to your evening, everybody. And by the way, Italy has a new Prime Minister, a lady, first time ever. So that will be interesting in Italy. Not sure what party she is. Had to just caught the snippet of the news as it started. What else was there? Nothing much of great interest. Just a lot of pictures from New Zealand's different church services for.
You would never know with our news.
Following, yes, David was muttering about you never know what was going on in the world with our news, but it was quite a good coverage of the different services for the Queen and people just out and about in the wind, I might add. It was very windy here in Auckland today. Just enjoying the day off. Okay, everybody, have a good evening. We'll be back again tomorrow at the same time, 0515 UTC. Which is different in New Zealand now. I don't know whether Fiji has changed time. I forgot to ask anybody. Somerset, do you guys change time up there in Vanuatu? Over?
No time change, over.
Okay, thank you for that. Nothing changed there. Well, certainly not on Somerset. Anyway, okay, cheers everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. This is Gulf Harbour Radio Clear.